What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Bartender Hideout. Here we are obviously back for the cocktail countdown, which is going to be episode number 30 today. We're really inching closer to the end of the list, but don't despair, guys, we're just not there yet. As you guys know, we will be looking at the top 50 most popular drinks of 2020 according to Drinks International. And today's episode will be starring the Brandy Crusta. This is actually one that is not super familiar with me, so you're gonna have to bear with me, and we're gonna be on this journey together. As you guys know, someone that might know a little bit more about this cocktail is Uncle Bob. He'll be showing you what is gonna happen and how the history pans out for that one. And yeah, afterwards I'll show you how to make this one, and I'll be tasting it myself along with you guys, hopefully, to show you what's up with this cocktail. But first, let's throw it over to Uncle Bob. Hi there, and welcome back to Storytime with Uncle Bob. As you know, today we will be talking about the Brandy Crusta, which is another classic from New Orleans, as we have been talking about there for quite a couple episodes. This is actually a cocktail from 1850, supposedly invented by Joseph Santini, which also got named Joseph Santana at some point, and this was in Jerry Thomas's 1862 Bartender's Guide. That's a little fun fact that you're getting from me. And also, with this Brandy Crusta, it's actually one of the first cocktails that used ice back in the day. Obviously now I don't have ice in this. Recipes change over time, but back in the day it was definitely a new thing. The use of lemon juice or citric juices for that time wasn't really common as well, since both of the juice and the ice weren't as widely available as they are now. Another thing is that over the years this recipe kind of got forgotten, which is obviously a shame. But thanks to James Beard, who wrote the book Imbibe back in 2007, he kind of gave it some praise, since he said this is one of the oldest and one of the oldest and the best classics that are out there. I mean, he's not wrong. Also, this is actually a forebear of the popular sidecar cocktail that we know nowadays, or that is actually probably the brother, but is even more popular. But yeah, as James Beard said, this is definitely a true classic of its time, and I'm curious to see what Koen will do with it. So let's go over to it. What's up, guys, and welcome back from Uncle Bob. I hope you had a good time over there and you learned something from him today. Okay, so today we will obviously be looking at the Brandy Crusta, and I'll be showing you how to do that right now. This is one of those drinks where we have to prep the glass first, so I'm going to be rimming the glass with sugar, which makes it the Crusta in the end. So what I normally do is I'll take a lime and then make sure there's some juice on the side of the glass, and we'll roll it through the sugar in this case. I mean, in the end, if it's sugar, if it's salt, obviously that gets some rims with that as well. It all ends up being the same in a way. And then in the end we should have a nice rim on the glass, and that will really add to the experience. So there we go. So we're gonna start off with our brandy, which makes sense given the name. So I have a Vecchia Romagna. This is the brandy that I have available right now, and I actually really like this one as well. So we're gonna be using this one. So we'll be using 2 ounces or 60 milliliters. Add that to our shaker. Then we're gonna be adding more booze, and we'll be going on with a triple sec. In my case, the Cointreau, which is probably the most familiar triple sec all over the world. I think people drink it there all over the world as well, this Cointreau. So we're going to be adding just 10 milliliters or a quarter of an ounce. That should be more than enough. Then even more booze, we're not just done yet, but this one is just going to be a little bit. So I have a Luxardo Maraschino liqueur here, and we'll just be adding a bar spoon of that. So just add everything to a bar spoon, nice and full, and drop it into your shaker. Then we have 2 more ingredients. Both of them are going to be half an ounce. So in this case, first I'm going to be using our sugar syrup and be adding, as I said, half an ounce or 15 milliliters of that to our shaker tin. And then we're almost there. This is going to be our final ingredient that we're going to be adding today. Is our lemon juice, obviously freshly squeezed, and we'll also be adding 15 milliliters or half an ounce to this one. I know I said we're almost there, and we truly are now. Just going to be adding 2 more dashes of Angostura bitters, just to give it that little bit of extra kick, and then really we should be done and ready to start shaking. So let's add some ice to our shaker and give it a good shake. Give it a good tap, seal it. Enough. Then there's our glass, nice and cool, and we are obviously gonna double strain this one since we don't want those little ice chips in our drink. Look at that color, that's beautiful. And there we go. You thought the sugar rim would be enough? That's not the case. We're gonna give it a little bit more of a garnish by putting that lemon peel. Make it nice and straight. And squirt it over the drink, just like we did with so many other cocktails. And there we go. And just drop that in there. And then there we go, guys. That is our Brandy Crusta. Okay, so most important part. We're gonna be having to taste this one. Obviously, you want to make sure that we get a little bit of that sugar rim as well that we put on there. And that's actually really nice. I mean, this is, you guys know that I'm a whiskey lover, so this brandy goes kind of in the same line. Brandy, cognac, I feel like for me, it has similar taste profiles. And this is actually quite nice. Obviously, it is a little sweet as you would expect. Sugar on the rim, sugar in the drink. Maraschino has some sugar in there as well. But actually, it's pretty nicely balanced for a cocktail that is this old. Obviously, throughout the years, there's been adjustments to it and changes to the recipe to make it as it is right now, or as we'd like to enjoy it now, I guess. But mostly, it's gonna be the same recipe, and I feel like this is actually really nice. For me personally, it could have been a little bit higher on the list, but I think also the lack of popularity on this one, or that not a lot of people know this drink, maybe makes it that it's a little bit lower on the list. But for me personally, I actually quite like it. So I definitely recommend for you to give this one a go at home. Obviously, it's a little bit more ingredients with the maraschino and everything, but it's definitely worth it to give this one a go and have a try. Yep. And I think that's it for me for this week, guys. Make sure that if you like what we do, to smash that like button, and also bump up that subscribe button to give us a go and see, show us that you enjoy what we are doing here. Leave a comment to tell us what you think of the Brandy Crusta, if you made it yourself, or any of the other cocktails from the Cocktail Countdown for that matter. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna leave you to it, and I guess I'll see you guys next week. Ciao.